Hi everyone. I've got a new audio-video format to show you. We'll get to that in a moment. I want to build up to it by going forward in time. Some of you may remember these. This is a read-along adventure. These were quite popular. And this one is Pete's Dragon. This one is actually a large format vinyl record. It would come in a storybook, and if it was on a vinyl record, then you would have the story on the vinyl record, which you would put on the record player, and then play it and read along. And as you can see, it would have illustrations and text from, in this case, the 1977 movie Pete's Dragon, combination live action and animation. And this one, I think, was the only large vinyl record format that we had, a large vinyl record one that we had. All the other ones were typically like this size. And this one, as you may guess, was one of my favorites. In fact, growing up, I remember just listening to the vinyl record of this one. In this case, I believe it's in the back, yes. I remember putting this one on the record player and just listening to the first 30 seconds or minute over and over and over again, because that was the grand introduction of the title music by John Williams. Right there, even, in fact, it says music by John Williams. So this one is 1979. Wow. Not cleared for broadcast. That's interesting to note. And typically it would be that size of vinyl record. And they would, in this case, feature pictures from the movie. And in this case, it's a mixture of narration and in this case, music from the movie and actors in the studio that were not the movie actors reading the lines. Pete's Dragon actually also had clips from the movie itself for the dialogue. And then another format of read-along adventures were ones that were on audio tape, such as you can see here. You can see that some of these here in the collection are on a 33 1/3 RPM long playing record, vinyl record, and in this case, a audio cassette. We stored the vinyl records with the books, inside the books, of course, and the cassettes we stored in a separate box. So if we wanted to listen to one that was on cassette, we had to match it with the book. And had a lot of fun with these. And Disney was, I think, the biggest publisher of them. This one, for example, is Pinocchio. Here's Brer Rabbit and the Tar Baby. Was not until many years later, actually only a few years ago, I figured out finally what Brer is. It's an abbreviation of the word brother. And so on. Some of them would come on cassettes. I cannot find any of the cassettes at the moment, but I'm sure that we have them. And here's one that we got from a book order that was from school. This one is on cassette. This is the Ghostly Glowing Haunted House by the Creepy Hollow Whodunit Players. And occasionally there would be one, I remember I had one called Donald and Daisy Astro Ducks, which I liked a lot. And that one had the story on side 1 and an original song on the opposite side, side 2. In the case of this one, it's not quite a book. This one is a fold-out sort of poster, almost like a Dungeon Master screen. And so you would, in this case, listen to it, and in this case you would not be able to follow along with the words. Or could you? Actually, yes, you could. It does have the entire thing on here. Does it? Well, perhaps I cannot open this last flap. Perhaps I can. I don't want to risk it. It does look like the entire text is in there. In this case, it was guiding you through this trip of a haunted house where you played a fellow who walked up to the haunted house and said, "Anybody home?" And then the narrator, who was your host, let you in and walked you through things. And there are actually illustrations here with, if you can see by the reflection of the light, glow-in-the-dark elements, such as the title here, Ghostly Glowing Haunted House. And that came from a Scholastic book order. And the one that I want to show you that I recently discovered is this one. It is called VoxBooks, Books That Talk. So now that we have digital recordings of audio, what you can do is you can have the entire book in an audio player that is, in this case, simply glued to the inside front cover of the book. And if you look on the side here, you can see some of the more controls. VoxBooks, you can see the on-off switch, and it has a USB-B micro port for charging, and even an audio out for a headset, or if you, for whatever reason, wanted to put this into a speaker system or something like that. So if you turn it on by moving a switch, then the lights light up, and after it finishes booting up, then you can start playing it. And then you have, in this case, the buttons play and pause, volume up, volume down, page forward, and page backward. And it basically works just the same as the record or cassette. Instead of picking up the needle and moving it backwards or forwards, or pressing rewind or forward on the cassette player, you simply push the page button, which moves it to the different markings. So there are two books here. This one is a vertical format. Pete the Cat Plays Hide and Seek by Kimberly and James Dean. Not that James Dean, but I'm sure he's gotten that his entire life. And then this one, which I found much more interesting, just because it's subject matter, Where is the Dragon by Leo Timmers. And so let me turn this on, and I'll play a little bit of it for you. Won't play the entire thing, but this will be a treat, I think.
VoxBooks are books that talk. Vox Publishing presents Where is the Dragon by Leo Timmers. As you listen to this book, you will hear this sound. When
Yes,
it's time to
each
turn
of the
the
read-along books had a certain sound or chime
let's start reading.
in order to cue you to turn the page.
Where is the Dragon by Leo Timmers. Translation by James Brown. The brave king's scared to go to bed. A nightmare dragon builds his head. He sends his knights, 1, 2, and 3. Save the realm, but mainly me. Night 1 whispers to Night 2. I've never seen a dragon. Have you? Night.
And that's the format. So The interesting thing about these is that they are literally just a standalone player that is literally glued to the inside front cover. I took a peek between here, and in order to even disassemble this unit, you would have to pry it off of the cover in order to get to the screws, which are on the back side. So unfortunately, that means that you're going to irreparably damage the book. And naturally, I'm not going to do that. But anyway, interesting new format that I found and wanted to share.